Welcome to You Suck. I am VladV,
And I'm Joey.
and we are about to review the latest Metallica video. It's called If Darkness Had a Sun. Boo.
Oh boy.
I'm already. Is that supposed to be ironic? Darkness, sun. Is there like a thing there that I'm supposed to be reading into?
Oh, good Lord. I have no idea.
I didn't really.
I
didn't think of that until I just said it.
I love
Darkness.
Metallica, but I'm scared to see what this is going to be.
I'm not looking forward to this, honestly. I'm in a negative headspace for it. I just don't like. I feel like when you're like in your 60s, you get over all that fucking dark boogeyman shit, and they're still rolling with it. I guess it's what sells. That's cool. That's what the fans want. But
If it sounds forced, we'll know. All right,
yeah, if it sounds, let's see what they have to offer. I'm gonna go in there with an open mind, though. I'm going in there.
I thought you just said you were already.
I'm recentering. I'm realigning my fucking chi. Okay.
All right. Well,
You got to
let's
do
roll.
some breath
Let's
work.
roll.
All right. Here we go.
I don't hate that, man. These motherfuckers have been playing music for almost as long as I've been alive, and they can still write riffs that aren't boring. I mean, the song hadn't kicked in yet, but
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Oh, Lars is playing the old Art Stars. For all you Tama drum nuts out there.
Kind of sounds like Justice.
Yeah,
Like
it
a
does.
Saint Anger meets Justice. Without that shitty snare sound.
I kind of liked it. James still sounds good, man. I'm liking this so far. All right, so as a vocalist, you know how hard it is to keep up that sort of like gruff style where
Right.
where it doesn't sound like you're actually hurting to do it.
Right.
James is 60 years old now. I know this is studio and everything, and he would have been like, top of his game that day. But after singing like this for 40 years, that's impressive, man.
Yeah,
Because
no,
you can't mask that in the studio. Like,
that was
going
gonna
to
be one of
make that up.
That was going to be one of the first things that I said when we stopped the video, is that his voice still sounds great, and he doesn't have the best voice when it comes
Yeah.
to music, but he's one of those guys that's highly recognizable. He doesn't sound like anybody else, really. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's guys that sing in that raspy kind of thing, but you know Hetfield the second you hear him.
Yep.
And the fact that he's still pulling this off, and he looks old as fuck in this video.
Yeah, he does.
looks, with all the light and everything like that, it's kind of obscuring that. And he looks cool as an old fuck. But I hate the long intros. You know, they kind of went. They kind of went real pop, like almost pop metal for, I don't know, like 5 albums or something. They made $1 jillion and everything like that. They lost Newstead, which to this day I'm like, dude, you guys are fucking assholes. Like, you should have given that kid a fucking, like, that kid, they should have just given him 25% of their money as an apology. But whatever.
I like, Rob on bass. He's a great player, but to me, he will always be the new guy, and I don't think he fits quite as well.
Right. But all that shit aside, I think it's good. It sounds exactly like Metallica.
Yeah.
It sounds like that old. They've kind of was it Magnetic, where it was the bridge album between Justice and the Black Album, right? Where they kind of, because the transition was so stark that it divided their entire fan base. So they kind of went back after all this stuff, and they did this transition album that was in the middle.
Let's see.
I thought that was a brilliant idea.
Yeah. I'm happy with this so far, man. Let's get back into it.
Yep.
This is gonna be a really good live song. Does that remind you of a newer Jerry Cantrell vocal line?
It does, and it had that kind of like underlying harmony. Also, I don't know if it's like an octave or something, but I like. If I'm not mistaken, thematically, he's talking about kind of this is what I'm reading because I'm not catching every word in the lyrics, but I feel like he's saying temptation, like, go ahead, tempt me. But then he even said something about like bathing in holy water, and it wasn't like, I don't think he was saying like sacrilegiously, like I'm so bad that holy water doesn't hurt me. I think he's just like, no, like I feel like maybe I misread the title of this song where he's like, yeah, I'm dark because I've gone through all this shit, but I don't want none. Like, I'm over it, maybe? Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Maybe I'm misreading it, but if it is,
well, I know recently,
if it is, it just got points for me.
He got sober again. You know, kudos to James, and it sounds that way.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, getting sober is like, I got sober, and it's like, it's like being, born again, and not religiously, but it's like it's like finding your life again. So
we probably should have gotten into the lyrics on this a little bit, but I wanted to like actually react to it for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not heard anything at all regarding this song, but so far I'm not in love with it, but I like.
Yeah, I mean,
but I like what I think it's saying.
Yeah.
Temptation, leave me be.
God, those hi-hats are loud as fuck. I see Lars is still playing the manhole cover Dino beats. Good God, man. And I'll talk over Hammett solo. I don't care. No Lars hate here either. I love that guy.
Tennis pro.
Not in the U.S. There you go. I like that. Halftime. Oh, right back out.
That should have stayed there.
Yeah. how do a bunch of 60-year-old dudes writing metal still sound fresher and more into what they're doing than every other fucking band out there like half their age? I mean, that's what I'm getting out of this. Like I mean, again, I get it. It's the studio. You can do whatever you want in the studio, but to my ear, it sounds like they're having a fucking blast. Because I mean,
this sounds
I can't find any holes in this.
This and I'm very pleasantly surprised because I wasn't, and this is not necessarily my genre so much anymore. I'm kind of bored with heavy metal, but you and I can appreciate shit on a higher level because we know we're not just listening to the song. We're deconstructing it. We're deconstructing what's being played. We're deconstructing how it's being sung. We're hearing stuff in the background. We're hearing ambient sounds that are added, whether it's like samples or keyboards or whatever. So all this stuff together, it sounds really good. They really sound like they're not derivative in this.
Yeah.
It sounds like them, but they're not like, well, let's fucking just rehash some of this old shit and put something out.
Right. It does. It sounds like Metallica. It's always going to. It's
right.
Never, and it's never going to be.
But it still sounds evolved.
Yeah.
Like for them, like refined.
They're not a parody of themselves like so many bands become. This just sounds like they're having fun. I mean, I'm happy.
That's perfectly put. They're it's such a rarity that a band doesn't become a parody of itself.
Yeah.
After, and especially, what's their career? 40 years now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's impressive. I'm pleasantly surprised. That's what I wanted to happen. All right.
Return again to where it's darkest, dragging home the seething harvest, and all the children subjugated, manipulated, propagated. If darkness had a soul, here I am. Temptation is its fall.
Production wise, they're staying true to themselves too. It doesn't have it sounds like Metallica. The drums don't sound like Easy Drummer, big douche snare. This is good, man.
If darkness had a soul, here I am. If darkness had a soul, here I am. If darkness had a soul, here I am. I'm breathing holy water. Temptation lead back.
Nice, man.
Where'd that come from?
Fucking right, dude.
I have never, ever heard him hit that note. He's going to be upset having to do that shit live. I don't know that
he just cleans it up.
I don't even know that I really cared for it. It surprised me.
Yeah.
But
it sounded like he had a lot of energy there in the studio. It almost sounded like kind of off the cuff, man, and that's what this song sounds like. Just it sounds like he had that energy in the studio. It was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hit this motherfucker, and he did. That was great, dude.
Yeah, I'm all my years to hear. Maybe they kind of lost me during their poppier stuff.
Yeah,
but I've never heard him hit that note. So kudos to you, something new.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I like that, man. And they actually put some effort into the outro too, man. It wasn't like they didn't just mail that one in. There was some thought put into that little like that melodic sort of descent they did at the end.
I like that they didn't fade it out. I am so beyond over hearing fade outs. and they did that for a minute. They did that
Did
on
they?
every like I think every single album, like the first 4 at least, all had fade outs. I'm just like, fucking stop doing that. It drives me crazy because when a band plays music live, I want it to sound like the album. You can't fade out live.
No.
And it's always been a cheat where you're like, oh, we don't know what to go with this. We'll just fade it out.
Yeah, yeah.
And it sounds cool once in a while, but when it's all the time, it just, and then you see them live, and then it sounds stupid because they don't have an ending. They're just go bah bah bah.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, man, these guys really. It sounds like they give a shit still, and that's not. I feel like that's uncommon when your career surpasses 20, 30, 40 years. Yeah, and, a lot of people like to say, I haven't listened to him since Justice. Okay, great, man. I've heard that comment more than I care to hear. Like, no shit. So they fell off of the Black Album or whatever you want to say.
Right.
But they wrote Justice. They wrote Master of Puppets. They wrote Ride the Lightning. To me, they can do whatever the fuck they want. And the fact that
they did exactly what the fuck they want.
And they had some
which
shitty
is great.
years. They had some shitty years. But if they had
to
tried,
us, the shitty years that we consider shitty are a lot of people's favorite years.
Yeah,
because
and
we consider them shitty because they kind of went into the, I would almost call it like cock rocky version of them.
Maybe it was the album Load was a gateway album for a kid to get in and find their older catalog, which is cool. But dude, I got nothing bad to say. I was prepared. I was prepared to hate it just because
I was prepared to hate it.
It's. How could they still possibly be writing anything that's worth a shit?
Right.
That was good. That was good.
I was very pleasantly surprised, and especially that higher note at the end where he went into a vocal dynamic that he's never gone. And in my experience of listening to Metallica, I thought it was really cool. It's always good to see a band that age still growing.
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to suck. 1 to 10, how bad does this, is it sucker rule?
That's only 2 sucks for me.
2?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. Like, I'm gonna say 3 just because I'm spent on Metallica. I might listen to this again, but it's not. I don't feel like I'm gonna crave to listen to it. But it did the exact same thing. I'm going to come back to the Avatar song again. And I feel like that's going to be a frame of reference for being fucking let down forever. But it did the exact same thing where I had a certain expectation and it did the opposite. And Avatar one, I expected it to rock, and I was not a fan. Whereas this one, I was expecting it to be whatever, and just getting through it.
Here's your crown, king, nothing. That's what I was expecting. But this was far better than that.
I was expecting it to just be whatever and just get through it and make my commentary and be done. But I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It does not suck. And it's totally worth listening to. And if the rest of the album sounds anything like that, it's going to be an extremely solid Metallica album.
Absolutely.
And it's not like when Ozzy puts out an album and you're like, I guess I'll hear the fucking next album, whatever, and it's just kind of like he's putting it out because people are going to fucking buy it.
Yeah, just limping through another one.
And all the Ozzy fans, you motherfucker, Ozzy fucking is the best ever. So please send us your hate mail. To this channel, leave any comments about what songs you guys want to see us review. And did you even give your scale? You gave
I did. It was a 2 out of 10 songs.
Right. So essentially, on the scale, the suck is a 10, and the rule is the 0.
Yeah.
I think that's how we decided to grade this. So the closer we get in the lower numbers, it's gonna be really a secret rule.
That's right.
All right. Comment any songs you guys want to hear in future videos, and we may make a video of it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.